Today we're in Russia and it's easier to go on a tour than get a visa. We're starting in the field of Mars and behind me is the Eternal Flame, which is a monument to two of the Russian revolutions. All this land was owned by Sweden, cutting Russia off from the Baltic Sea and starving them of economic growth. After 21 years of war, Peter eventually broke through to the Baltic Sea. He defeated the Swedes. By 1903, Peter the Great had taken all this land back from Sweden, and that's why it's called St Petersburg. Behind me you can see the bridge, which was given to the Russians by the French in 1903. It's actually up today as a celebration of the graduation of the students, and behind it you can see the domes of the St Peter and Paul's Cathedral. St Petersburg is often called the Venice of the North, and here is one of the canals. We're in the Summer Garden. In 1914, the Russian people thought that the name St Petersburg wasn't very Russian, so they changed the name to Petrograd. This is the first garden of St Petersburg, and it was based on Versailles. There's a huge French influence. The fountains were brought over from England, and these statues have a strong Italian influence. In 1924, the Soviet Union changed the name to Leningrad. Peter the Great wanted everyone to drink coffee, and a special coffee house was built right next to his residence. And the legend goes that he would walk around sniffing at people's houses to make sure that they were drinking coffee in the morning. This is the residence of the only legitimate son of Catherine the Great. That is the smallest sculpture in Russia. It's called Chizik Pizik, and it's a small bird, and it's been stolen several times but replaced. Catherine was a German princess who married Peter the Great's grandson, and that was the residence of her only legitimate heir. Although she had 4 children, he was the only legitimate heir. This is the view from the courtyard of St Michels Castle. No member of the royal family wanted to take this over, so it became a school of engineering. This is the Russian Museum, formerly the Michels Palace. It belonged to several members of the royal family, and when they left, they took every stick of furniture, every door with them. The Russian Museum is now home to the largest art collection in Russia. They moved all the works of art over from the Hermitage. This is the famous Church of the Spilled Blood. We're in Our Saviour of the Spilled Blood. It's one of the most beautiful churches in St Petersburg. It's built on the spot where Alexander II was mortally wounded and spilt his blood, so that's how it got its name. Everything in here is mosaic. There's no paintings. Everything on the outside and the inside is done on mosaic. We've been on a P&O tour today. This one was called Emperors and Assassins, and I must say it's been very informative. The guide was excellent. She walked at a pace where we could take as many photos as we liked. There's no restrictions. You can use your cameras. No one has hassled us. I would really recommend it. I'm reliably informed. It's much easier than trying to get a visa and do it yourself. Zeebrugge is a gateway port to Bruges, so you have to catch the shuttle bus to Blankenberg and then get the train to Bruges. So we're just on the boat trip. It takes 30 minutes and it costs €8 and it's well worth it.
We have plenty of chocolates, we have raspberry, we have spicy ones.
This is the Church of the Spilled Blood, and the upper chapel contains a phial which is said to contain some drops of Christ's blood.